Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to be going over my updated Vegeta Mini Daima deck list that I used in the Egman tournament last night. I did go 5-1 and I placed 5th in the tournament. I think there's about 50 or so people. We had 6 rounds. I think this deck's really good. It's definitely a lot better than the list I uploaded a couple weeks ago. This one has had a lot more testing behind it, and it's something I'm pretty confident in. It's only going to get better with the Goku SCR. It's banned on the client right now, so I did have to opt in for just a normal double striker. But some of my games would have been a lot less close. If I had that, I think I might have even been able to win the one game I did lose with it potentially. Can't say for sure though, obviously, but round one, I did lose, unfortunately. Played against Nicholas Ride, which is a really good player. Some people might recognize him, but he was on Broly, and he just went second, and this had a really good curve on me, and just I could not keep up with the pressure of him just adding bodies to the board every turn. I basically just had to tap out to remove his bodies every turn. It wasn't really establishing like a good board state to be able to like push cards out of his hand for game. So he just caught up to me eventually, and I just had to go for an all-in, and he just had enough combo to get out. So, but I did win every other round. Round two, I played a Demon King Piccolo. Round three was Janemba. Round four was I think a Vegito. Round five was a Vegeta Daima Mirror, and then round six was a Bardock. So I'm going to go over two of the games, the game versus the Vegito and the game versus the mirror match. I believe those are the two closest games I definitely had, and those definitely came down to the wire and were super interesting. So we're just going to go over the replays of those, and then I'm going to show you guys the deck list afterwards. Thank you guys. All right, so here is the first game that I played. I believe this was round 4 of the tournament. It's going to be a mirror match versus Lance. I do this mulligan in this hand. It's pretty bad. We do draw into some Vegitos, Tamagami, and a Pilaf and a Sickle. This is a decent hand. It's not like the best hand ever. I unfortunately don't even have a turn 1 play here, but I thankfully do have an Earthling to pitch and grab with Pilaf. So just give him the gear in here. You do want to stay kind of high life in the mirror match. And then obviously I charge the Vegito because I'm not going to need two of them. I probably will need one in case he's playing Videl or any crit Vegeta. I will need to play that on curve to bottom deck it. I do charge the Tamagami, which honestly might be not a good charge. I just didn't really know what else to charge here because I might need this Vegito if he plays a 2-drop, and I'm probably definitely going to need the Sickle. But the Tamagami is really good in the mirror since it is a 4-drop and makes your other bodies like 5-drops, so it gets them out of Sickle range. But so I just peel off Gearin, bottom deck his cantrip, and then swing. And I do combo off the peel off. You want to make sure you never leave a peel off on board in the blue mirror because if they bottom deck it, they just get so much value out of that because it cuts off one of your peel off loops and your trash. So even if it feels like you're wasting a resource, it's definitely worth doing it in case they have Gearin, which as you can see, he did have the Gearin. So my peel off would have got bottom decked if I wouldn't have comboed it off. So I do just give him a 5 here to try to keep high on life. I know I'm just going to be playing this Vegito next turn, I believe. So I didn't need the energy up for the Trunks. Pull another Vegito, so I just charge it. Swing, see if I can pull something better. But I don't. So I'm fine to just Vegito here, bottom deck his Gearin, and stick a 25k on board and get some extra pressure in. So I do get my opponent down to 6 life here. I am only at 4 cards in hand versus his 9, which isn't the greatest thing ever, but the hands start to even out towards the end. Also, his 7 cards and less requirement cards aren't really going to be able to work for him this turn, so he's going to be forced to do something else. And he does play a Tamagami here, swings Vegito. Obviously, I'm not going to combo out of this. I'm not giving him a super. It's not that important. And this Tamagami is very strong. If it sticks and he gets a 4 cost out, he can kind of just cascade me here, so I do have to remove this Tamagami very quickly, or it can get very bad for me. So I do opt to just spend the 3 energy and sickle this, which is why I kept it in hand. And I unfortunately draw another super, so I don't have anything to do with my last energy. And at this point, I can then start taking hits. I've hit the energy threshold I want to be at for me to start awakening. He plays another Tamagami. And here I'm just going to have to play a 5-drop. I know I'm going to need the Zeno to get rid of his board next turn. Since I know I can't get rid of this Tamagami, he's assuredly going to play like a 5-drop or a 4-drop here. And that's going to become a 5 or a 6. So I'm just going to... I know I'm Zenoing next turn, so I charge that Vegeta. Play the Vegeta just to draw 3 cards and get some pressure on him. I do awaken him, which I don't know if that's necessarily the best play, but I just wanted to get some value out of my Vegeta. Since I know he's just going to 5-drop me back, which is what this mirror match ends up turning into. We quite literally, I believe you'll see it, we just play the 5-drop over and over again until the end of the game. So I'm fine to start taking hits here. I'm not worried about my 7 or less cards in hand to cards now, so I'm good to just awaken here. And he is able to just leader skill. Which is why I don't know if it was the right play to awaken him, but if like he had a Giran in hand, it's the same thing. So awakening him, I guess, was fine. That makes my swings this turn have a bit more pressure behind them. Do unfortunately draw into a lightning, which I'm not going to need in this matchup, really. And yeah, I just Zeno this board just to reset the game state. And from now on, I do have the 5-drops to answer the bodies he plays. So I've kind of reset the board, and we're kind of just going to go back and forth with these 5-drops here until one of us decides to push for game. And I do combo out of this because I know he's just going to 5-drop my Zeno, bottom deck it, swing 35 at me. So I opt to combo out of this so that I don't have to take a 35 afterward and give him a super. I believe he does just opt not to swing with this, which is honestly a fine play. Maybe it's what I should have done. I just need to play the mirror a bit more to find out exactly what's going to be better for me. But Marin does get me a super combo. As combo off just to make him give me a card. And then I'm just going to 5-drop here and Giran his Vegeta off the board. So this mirror is basically you have to go back and forth removing each other's board, and whoever can't remove the board, if you go a turn without removing their body, you probably just the person who kept the body probably just wins. So it's very important that you have the removal, and we're basically just playing one big body a turn and just building up our hands, waiting for one of us to hand dump each other. I do take this one here because I know he's just going to do it the same thing again, but I need to be awakened at this point because I don't have a Giran in my hand. So I could have maybe peel off to grab it, but I would have had to like drop some cards out of my hand. It would have just not been worth it. So I just decided to awaken here. And I believe I might super out of this just to stay 1 life higher than my opponent. Yes, I do. If I can get out for 1 card, I might as well do it now while I can. I do have 2 Galax in my hand, which we will see comes in very handy. And he just plays a cantrip. I'm surprised he didn't actually swing 40 at me with the cantrip. I guess it's so he can get a free combo off with the leader swing. Because I do need to save my leader skill for his 5-drop. Draw 3 more cards. Draw my another super combo. Let me sort my hands real quick for you guys so you can count my combo a bit easier. There we go. Swing 35 at him. He just takes it. So he is probably getting ready. He's just kind of saving his hand up. He wants me to hand dump him because I'm sure he has a bunch of supers in his hand. Let's see. 1, 2. He has 2 supers in his hand and a bunch of 10Ks. So he's trying to bait me in a little bit. I'm also doing the same. As you see, I start taking hits here. I do just get a 5 out of this, though, because it's too easy not to. And me also putting 2 guys on board makes him have to remove 2 bodies this turn. So he does have to pivot into a 4-drop. Although I think he might have actually played all of his 5 drops already. I'm not too sure. Maybe he's only played 3. He swings 30 at me. I just take it. There's no point giving him 2 cards or a super here. I'm getting ready to go for a game. He does spin the 3 for Absolute Lightning, which surprised me at the time. But I guess there's no other way for him to remove both the bodies off the board, which is why me putting 2 bodies down that could swing was really important. And then I do his leader skill that, since I am going to just swing here, see if he gives it to me, or gives me a card here. He does. And I could go for game here. So I do play a Vegeta, and I'm going to swing 20 here because he does just have to give me a card here. If he goes down the 1, I could play, like, I don't know if I've shown all 4 or 5-drop Vegetas at this point. I think I have, but I could play like a 5-drop Vegeta, draw 3, and this hand dump it. So he does kind of have to give me a card here, which is nice. These crit Vegetas are good at that late game. And now I do consider going for game. I do have the 5 cost, but I'd only be able to get 1 Gallic Gun behind it, which I don't think is going to be enough. So I do opt to just play the 4-drop here, get rid of his body while pressuring his life a bit more, and I can hold 2 up for this Gallic Gun here. And he does give me a super, which is really good. He's scared of me maybe hand dumping on a 2-drop or something. So I do pass with a bunch of combo in my hand. And he swings 20 at me. Obviously, I just give him my 5 in hand here. And I have all 10Ks, 2 Gallics, and 3 supers with the double strike to win next turn. So I just have to survive this turn, really, because I'm just going to be hand dumping a double strike next turn. So I did get a super out of his hand last turn, so I feel more confident. And here he swings 30 at me. And here I do know if I take this, he is just going to double strike hand dump. So I did do the math here. I have 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 160 with these Gallic guns. And then before, I'll get on to what they need to draw. But so I get to what? 160, I said 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. We got 160. And in his hand, he could have a 35K double striker, 45K, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105, 115, 125, 135, 145, 135, 165, 175 is what he could get to. So I have to get to 180. So these Gallic guns have to both be 10Ks. Or sorry. Yeah, one of these has to be like a 10K or 2 5Ks, and then my life also has to be a 10K. I basically just need to get a total of 20K combo out of my life and these Gallic Gun draws for me to be able to get out of the hand dump, which I was confident in. I was willing to take the bet. Also, that's accounting for him to have all 10Ks in his hand. So the odds of both of those and like hitting were low, so I felt good taking this hit here and making him go for game. I do draw a 10K, so these Gallics have to just draw me 2 5s, or one of them have to be a 10K for me to be able to get out of a 175. And for somehow, I don't know how, he had all 10Ks in his hand. He did swing 175 at me, which I was not expecting. I was expecting at least there would be 1 or 2 like 5Ks or dead cards, but no, they were all 10Ks. And thankfully, I did math for this. I did expect it. So I do Gallic, draw 5K here. So this Gallic has to draw me a 5K. If it draws me a brick, I lose. And it draws me a 5K. So as you see, I have the exact amount of combo to get out of the swing. And I still have the double striker to just play down and kill him next turn. So yeah, that was an insane game in the mirror match. We're just kind of playing chicken with each other, waiting for each other to go for game, and just building up a lot of combo power in our hand. But yeah, I'm gonna get on to the Vegito match now. All right, here is our round 5 match versus Vegito here. My opening hand is amazing. I do have a cantrip and a peel off with a Vegito, which is really good. You kind of just want to have a cantrip and peel off in an opening hand. That's a great opening hand because you're just able to just play the cantrip, combo it off, peel off it next turn, play it again, and just keep high life while keeping the same amount of cards in your hand, which is really strong for this deck and this blue in general. So he does this opt for the pan here. I'm going to go 2x here. Charge a absolute, swing him, play a cantrip, and then just pass. And then he swings me. He's given the cantrip, obviously. Or sorry, he gives me a 10. So I know he's on like a rush build. He's trying to like aggro me down. So I just keep the Trunks on board. It's not worth giving him 2 cards. He does play this Awakener Goku. So I do just opt to give him 2 5Ks here. I don't want to get rushed down that hard. And I also know he's just trying to awaken as quick as possible with this. So I do just play the Vegeta because I know he wants to take the life. But I might as well make it go to drop instead of his hand, give him less resources. And he's awakening on turn 3, which is good for him. He does mill 2 super combos off of that awaken, which is really good for me. And here he's just going to start pressuring me. He does play the Kibito to get the 20 cards and drop, which I thought was very interesting. And then he plays a Videl. And he is just going to start swinging at me a whole bunch, try to get me down on life. So just give him a 10 here. I have a bunch of Zenos. I don't really need all of them, so I'm fine just comboing these off early. And then he does choose to swing the Kibito at me and combo a 10, which I thought was interesting. At this point, I just have to take it. I don't want to get rid of my peel off, or my Zeno, or my super combo. And he does swing 40 at the crit Vegeta, and I just let that go, obviously. And here his board's kind of wide, and I'm scared of it. I don't want to get aggroed down this hard against this deck, because he can finish me off very easily. So I do just opt to swing the cantrip and sickle his board. And then I'll just pass the turn. Alright, and here he does 4-drop Vegito me. Make sure my 3-drops can't swing. I don't really run any though. I've run like the Vegito, Tamagami, and Crit Vegeta, but at this stage of the game, they're not going to get me value playing them anyway, so I wasn't planning on it. But the 30k swing is really nice for him. And I do just have to awaken this turn, unfortunately, which I guess is okay. I'm heading in the 5 energy with the marker. And turn passes. Do charge a cantrip. And then I play a Marin here to try to draw into something to play, hopefully. And I don't. I was looking for a 4-drop promo Vegeta to get rid of this Vegito, but I just didn't pull into it. Awaken, try to pull into it again. Swing, try to pull into it again. Don't pull it. So I have to abandon that. I do combo off cards so that I can just peel off wall this turn because I don't know what else to do. And also I'm getting him to 3 life so that when I go for a game it's going to be a bit easier. So I just peel off here and then hold up energy for Gallic Gun. And then also spend 1 to bottom deck is 10k. If I had more peel offs, maybe I just peel off loop again, but I didn't. So keeping this on board is kind of scary, obviously. So as soon as he swings this, I gotta combo these off quickly before he can bottom deck them. So I just combo both of those off, and then he swings 40 at me here. I do just Gallic Gun and give him a 10k. It's very important that you do not drop to 3 life early against Vegito, because all he has to do is pump a leader swing into his double strike combo, and he can kill you very, very easily. If you're at 4, as long as his board's empty, he really has no way to kill you. He just kind of has to set up for next turn. So if you can delay his kill by 1 turn, it helps a lot. So here we do this combo out of this Vegito swing. And then heading into 6 energy here, I do just have the Zeno. There's no other way for me to get these 4 drops off the board. I don't have a sickle. charge a Vegito. I realize this game is going too quick. I'm not going to be able to single strike him per game. I'm going to have to double strike him. So that is my win con currently. So I just swing him twice just to get cards out of his hand. He's not going to want to dip down the 2 because I can just like easily kill him next turn. And then I will pass the turn here. He swings 40 at me. I do just have to take this. He can't, like I said, he can't kill me this turn, so I'm okay just taking this one. And just building up my resources for him to go for game next turn. So he does 6-drop Vegeta me, which really, really hurts. I was hoping he didn't have this. I would just take the first one. I'm okay sitting at 2 life. Sitting at 1 against Vegito, you're just asking to die because his leader swing is base 40k. He does mill a super combo there too. So he has 3 super combos in drop now. So him being a base 40k, like if he just peel off loops me with all of his energy and plays cantrips or final hopes, whatever, he can get to an insane number. So there's no point going to 1. I'd rather just play around his double strike and make him do that. Make him have it. Do just swing 20 here. Make him give me a card because he's going to be scared of double strike. And I do obviously have to remove this Vegito. So I just play the 5-drop, draw 3 cards here, try to draw some combo power to survive with next turn. Do get a super combo, which is good. And then I do just remove this Vegito with my last energy. And then I do not swing him here. I don't want to give him an extra card to kill me with because I know he has to go for game this turn. There's no way he doesn't, so giving him an extra card is pointless. I do take the 40 here. If I combo out of this and he double strikes me, I have no combo in hand to get out, so there's no chance I win. If he has a 6-drop Vegito here, if he has a bunch of bricks, maybe I can get out of both swings, but I just have to hope he doesn't have it, and he doesn't. So he does go for the double strike here, so I lucked out. Lucked out taking that leader swing. All right. And then he does this to the CU combo to bottom deck my guy. And then he does buff this guy and throw a savior on top. I'm surprised he didn't go for game here. So my opponent has 2 saviors in hand and a 5k on board. I believe he thinks that this is going to be enough to me to get a lot of cards out of my hand and not have enough resources to kill him on the clapback. Unfortunately, I do have enough, but so I do this combo out of this pretty easily. Even if he all-ins this, I had 110 in hand. That would have been a 105 swing, so I still would have had it. If he takes the life off this Goku, though, instead, and adds that in, he does beat me, though. So, looking back at it, my opponent could have went for game here, but I had a lot of cards in hand, and I think I've only shown had only shown 2 supers at that point, so I could have had 2 supers in my hand, so he was weary to go for game. So I do just play the double striker, bottom deck that, and then I math it out here. I do know he only has 1 super left in his deck, because 3 got milled, so I'm accounting for a super and a savior in his hand, which gets him the 55. So here I do just peel off twice, just speed this up. I do just swing 55 at him, which is going to be assured damage. And then doing math, I accounted for him drawing another savior from hand, which get him the 70 at that point. And so I have exactly 70 the swing here. So it is a guaranteed lethal this turn. Like I said, he does draw a 10k from life. If he would have done the on play, grab a life from Goku, he actually would have enough combo to kill me. I would have been 10k off. But yeah, we just get the game there. I appreciate you guys watching this game. Sorry, fumbling my words. But I'm going to see you guys in the deck list. Alright guys, here is my Vegeta deck list that I used in the Egman tournament and went 5-1 with. So we're just going to start off here with Pilaf. It's Pilaf. Next. We're playing 4 Girin. This is a really strong 10k that's recyclable by the Pilaf, obviously. It's really good in this deck because of all the minusing you do. Sometimes you can minus something down to 1 cost, but you just need an extra card to bottom deck it with, which is Gearin is perfect for. And then I do run 3 Trunks cantrips and 4 Marin. Marin is the best cantrip in the game by far. She scries one and then draws one afterward. And then I have 3 Crit Vegeta. As you can see, this list is a bit different from the video I made a couple weeks ago, but I decided to play Crit Vegeta over the Videl since I am uh, playing a bit higher life total, and an optimal turn 2 play anyway is just to peel off my cantrip back. So I didn't really see a place to play Videl. I'd rather have this crit pressure and an Awakener in the deck in case I get choked out on life. Also, versus like green, like androids and stuff, any stall deck, crit really comes in clutch. And then I have 2-drop Vegetas. It's just a good 10k in the deck that can recycle my Absolute Lightnings or Sickles into the matchups where I need to see multiple of them. And then I have 4 Vegito. This is definitely one of the best like turn 3 plays in the deck. I can pretty much always just throw this down if I have it on 3, the bottom deck a 2-drop. And then if this sticks, it gets crazy value because it'll just -1 cost to everything. And then if you play like a Tamagami, you can Tamagami swing uh, minus their 3-drop or 4-drop, and then Vegeta will minus it again, and you'll have 1 up per Girin. And then you pass, and both of these are 4-drops. Like, it's just these 2 in tandem actually go insane. But yeah, I run 4 of him. I run 2 Tamagami. Um, I did have it a bit more copies in here. I brought it down though, just because he's very like color dependent. I really only play him against black. He's insane into black. This can't touch him. He's a 4-drop, so 10x doesn't hit him. They can bounce him, but like you're bouncing him, like it's not that good. So he sticks all game and makes your other 3-drops 4-drops, obviously, and your cantrips become 2-drops, so they can't even like Giru your cantrips, which is funny. But yeah, he carries into that. He's also good in the blue mirror match. Makes your 4-drops 5-drops, so they can't be sickled, as well as yellow. Same thing, they can't final explosion your 4-drops because they're going to be 5-drops, so only get rid of the Tamagami, which is really strong. And then we run one of the best cards in the deck for the promo. On play, minuses the board by 3 cost, and then when it swings, it bottom decks a 1-drop. Insanely strong 4-drop, and it does combo for some reason. I don't know why this thing did not need combo, but they gave it to it. Yeah, so you just slam this down on 4 almost always. And then best card in the deck easily is the 5-drop Vegeta. On play, you draw 3 cards, and you can minus the cost of a card by 5. So this card is just okay on turn 5, but it's really strong on when you have 6 energy and you're awakened, because you basically can remove a 6-drop every single turn you have this for 6 energy with your leader skill, and you're drawing 3, and you're swinging 35k. I don't know what Bandai was thinking with this card. This card is why this deck is so strong. You kind of just stall out to the late game, clear their board, make them start playing their big bodies, their 5 and 6 drops, and you kind of just go back and forth and having a battle of attrition all game, just throwing these down and removing their board every single turn. And you just out-resource the heck out of them because you're drawing 3 when you do it. And then we just run 2 double strikers. This should be the secret rare. It's banned right now though, so I'm just running this instead. It does draw a card, and bottom deck's a 3-drop. Only if you have 7 or less cards in hand, you get the draw, by the way. But it's just like a placeholder right now. It still works fine, but the secret rare is going to be way better in this deck. It'll make it so much stronger. I run 3 Zeno. Since obviously it's a blue deck, we stall a little bit. Sometimes the board states get out of hand, or into green we don't have lightning, so we have we have Zeno instead in case. I have 1 6-drop Vegito. This is a little tech card. It does suck when you have it early and you just gotta hold it in game or hold it in hand all game. But you do deck out with this deck quite a bit since the 5-drops draw you so many cards. And this allows you to have that 1 extra turn maybe, or if you do poke them down to 1 life because they're scared of a double strike, you can just play this instead and probably just win anyway. So it's just a good one of in case I'm about to deck out. I can pivot into this or just go for game on a single strike. So 4 super combos. I run 2 Gallic Guns. This card is actually this card is so clutch. I used to not run Gallic Gun in my blue decks, but this is just insane. Holding this up with like all the combo in your hand and make them go for game, and then you just like throw these down with a bunch of super combos. You can just get the insane numbers on hand dumps. It's also good offensively. Obviously, this is mainly in here for when the secret rare comes in. You can buff the secret rare swing, draw 2 cards, plus 30k. It's going to be actually insane. I'm so ready for the secret rare to come out. This deck is going to get so much better. Its kill potential is just going to shoot through the roof. And then I run 2 sickle, just in case I can't keep up on board and don't see my promos. Um, and 2 lightning for the Broly matchup, or just like maybe a 6 drop if I don't have the 5 drop Vegeta. It's another way to get rid of it. But yeah, that is my list, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think about it, if you test it at all, or if you have been testing this and you think there's some cards I might be sleeping on. But just let me know in the comments, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you.